What's going on, guys? Ed again, and I want to make this video real quick to maybe save you some time and frustration and kind of show you the workflow here of using some of these free graphics. And as an example, I've gone ahead and downloaded this Ninja Vector, which I've used is the same image I used to rebrand my Redirect Ninja product, and I used it in the PDF report for free freaking graphics. So what I want to show you is some of these files you download from vector characters. You're going to get some, if you're not familiar, you're going to get some weird looking file names. You're going to get a .ai, which is an Adobe Illustrator file, and then you're also going to get a PDF file. And I'm going to show you how to edit those without using Illustrator or anything like that. So let's jump into Photoshop real quick. Actually, let me show you. See, this is what you'll get when you download this file from vector characters. Excuse me, vectorcharacters.net. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and, instead of clicking on the PDF, which would open it in Adobe or whatever your PDF reader is, I'm going to right click on it and open it in Photoshop. Alright, and then it'll give me this asking about, okay, I'm just going to click OK, and you'll see it's a one layered image. Alright, there's no layers, so I can't like a PSD file, I can't break down each individual layer, but I'm going to show you how you can still use this image, and it's real quick and simple. So what I'm going to do is use the crop tool, and if you're on an older version of Photoshop, your crop tool might look a little different, but this is the newer one. So I'm going to get as close as I can. Now remember, some of these have shadows, so as you're cropping it, don't get too close to where you delete the shadow. So that's why I haven't gone all the way up here, because I want to keep that little shadow on the image. Alright, so I've got that. I'm going to double click that so it crops it. Now, but I've still got this little label here, and like I said, because there's no layer, I can't just, if I click the eyeball, the visibility, it turns the whole image off. So what I'll do to get rid of that is use the eraser tool, and you can adjust the width here. So if it's here, it's real thin and skinny, and if I adjust it to something more like 150 or 200, you see it's wider. If I get all the way to 200, I make this job really easy. Then once I've got that, I'm just going to go over this and hold the my left button on my mouse, and that'll delete it. Now I always do this to get rid of any little pixels that might be hanging around. Now the thing is now you can go ahead and move this around. If you want to export this as a PNG, which is what I do, you save for web and then export it as a PNG, and that'll get you the transparent background. You can also, if you already have a Photoshop file open that you're working on, okay, you can do this. Is you can take this, and I always move it to a new window. Alright, and then make sure you're on this tool here, and I can just take this, drag it, and drop it into here. Now it's going to be really big, so if you come here to the side, hold the shift key, and it'll keep it proportionally sized, so you don't get any discoloration and have it all unpixelated and whatnot. So then, you know, if I was working on like a book cover and I had my title text here and I wanted to drop this little guy in there, okay, I could drop him in here on the book cover. Alright, and then when I was done creating this file, I would just export it in whatever file I needed to, and when I saved the PSD, this image would be saved in the PSD file. Alright, so let's go into GIMP, and I'll go ahead and show you how the quick and easy way to do this in GIMP. And I'm going to go ahead and right click on this, open in GIMP. Alright, and you'll see I have to click import, and here I have this big file again with a white background and all this other stuff that I don't want. So I'm going to use the crop tool in GIMP, crop this part that I want out, and if you go over, you can always move it like this, leave some room for the shadows. Okay, but just like in Photoshop, I still have this up here, so I'm going to double click, that'll crop it, the eraser tool, and I'm going to erase this right here. Alright, now in my experience in GIMP, they don't have a magic eraser tool like they do in Photoshop. In Photoshop, I could just click the magic eraser tool on this white here, and it would delete the whole white background. They don't have that in GIMP, so we're going to do something a little different. So we're going to take this file and save it as a PNG. So you would just go here and export and save it as a PNG, and then we're going to go to a site online that's free, and this will make things easier. Let me find it here. We're going to go to, and here's, I'm going to include a link to this. This is how, if you want to use GIMP to separate the background image, okay, you can do so, but the way I'm going to show you is a lot faster. So you're going to go to this site called clippingmagic.com, okay, and I've already uploaded this image, and there's instructions here. So you see the instructions of how to instantly remove background from your images. Basically, you're just going to take the little green part and the little red part, and you're going to mark what you want the color, you don't have to outline the whole thing, the software does that for you, but just kind of what's in the background and what's in the foreground. And I'll show you real quick with this image. So I load this up, okay, get rid of that, and let's clear it because I've already done it, so but I'll do it again. So this green part, I'm just gonna kind of leave some marks here to make sure, okay, it keeps all this. And then with this part, I'm just going to go on the white here, and you see this is my image right over here, and you can adjust it, but it does a pretty darn good job of outlining what I want. Now it went ahead and deleted that shadow there, so maybe if I went back with the green and kind of did that with the shadow, it would keep the shadow in if you wanted to keep that. So that's a real simple tool. Then you click download here and download the file with the transparent background. Took what, 5 seconds? Much easier than trying to go through GIMP, in my experience at least, and erasing this whole background out. So clippingmagic.com, check that out.